just nipped down to this submit. Look at this Holden. Oh my word, how nice is this? We are here with Andy Woodstein. He's walking away, but let's see if we can just grab a quick word of him. Andy, how was qualifying?
Very slippy.
Very slippy.
Yeah, it was understeery, oversteery all over the place. So yeah, it was kind of.
That sounds a bit like the Womble song, doesn't it? Understeery.
Yeah. It was exciting.
It was. Things look like they're drying out a little bit, actually, unexpected as well.
Yeah, I mean, they said it was going to rain around about sort of 1 o'clock, and it's grey, but I don't think it's going to rain yet. It might at the end of the race, but it's a bit of a lorry. You just don't know what to go out with. It is what it is.
I'll tell you what, though, forget about that. What an absolute beauty this is.
Yeah.
What is this like to drive around here?
It's a bit of an animal. Yeah, it's not sophisticated. It's way before all the clever stuff. It's just very analogue. You put your foot down and it goes, and you take your foot off and it slows down. And if you give it too much around a corner, it's going to spin out.
You've got to fight it.
It's a wrestle. No power steering.
No.
So yeah,
you must have massive guns then.
Oh, it's only the third time I've raced it, so it's a bit of a learning curve.
Well, best of luck for the race, won't you? We will be watching. I'm just going to move out of the way. Look at this. We've got some wonderful sights here as well, haven't we? Oh, look at that. Number 45 coming through. We've got number 180 just alongside us as well. And of course, this is Mark Williams. Let's grab a quick word with Mark, shall we? Mark, how's it going? How was qualifying?
All good, yeah, everything was going well. Yeah, car's going nice. Didn't have the time I'd like to add in qualifying, but weather conditions were permitting that really to me.
Excellent. This is such a whippet, isn't it? It must be what's it like going around the corners?
Yeah, it can get a little bit light on the back, but otherwise it's a lot of fun. You always get out smiling.
I'll let you crack on the way. Cheers, Mark. There we go. I think there's quite a lot going on. It is almost time for the race to get underway, so we are going to hand over to the commentator to take you through the action of what promises to be an eye-catching race.
Over at Beckett's. So number 9, what sort of BMW is it?
I'm just having a look. I believe it's an E36 M3, the red car. I also noticed it wasn't on the entry list earlier today, but yeah, it's an E36, that one, just come into view now. I think it's an M3. It's only a 2-door, so I'd imagine it was.
So that probably means it's in Class B. Anyway, we'll try and be clear about that once the times come up on the screen for the race. So 9 Peter Selton and 33 Chris Bassett are row 4. Chris Bassett driving the Peugeot 306. More Peugeots to play with here. Not 308, 306. 9 and 33, row 4. Row 5, 47 is Adrian Bradley, and beside him is 98 Dave Charlton. 47 and 98, row 5. Row 6, 97 Andy Woodstein in the other Holden Commodore, sister car to Alex Sidwell's, and beside it number 180 is Mark Williams. 97 and 180, row 6. Row 7, 30, 30 Gavin Dunn, and 87 Graham Richardson. 30 and 87, row 7. Row 8, 23 Jeremy Sutton, and 37 Ken Angell. 23 and 37, row 8. The 9th row, 46 Nicholas Lunn, and 144 Ken Hunt. 46 and 144, row 9. The 10th row, number 58 Nick Wall, and 131 Jason Stone. 58 and 131, row 10. The 11th row, 7 Ian Seal, and 3 Jakes or Jack Whitehead. 7 and 3 in row 11. Row 12, number 34 Steve Dan, and 2 Angelo Massinetto. 34 and 2, row 12, and the 13th row, 223 Alex Baldwin, and 111 Andrew Presswell. 223 and 111 complete this large grid. Again, the Super Saloons and TinTops just racing today, but having 2 opportunities to do so.
It's such a treat to see these 2 Holden Commodores out here as well. Obviously, I think it's the VF Commodore that Sidwell is driving. Obviously a more modern machine than the number 97 car. Someone to really watch out for in this is Chris Bassett in that 33 Peugeot 306. I've seen him at a couple of events before. Not only does that thing make a great noise and go like an absolute rocket, but it can keep up with the Aussie supercars that are in this event. It's just an absolute joy to watch Chris Bassett drive that car, so keep an eye out for him in the white and black 33 Peugeot.
And another one, if I remember, it's quite well up on the grid as well. Another Peugeot to keep an eye on is the 205. of Mark Williams, number 180. That's qualified on row 6.
Yes.
And that is a fairly old car. Anyway, we're about to go for the start then. The cars coming side by side. The pace cars peel into the pit lane, so the race about to get underway. Alex Sidwell and Paul Watson on the front row. Paul Watson in the orange BMW, and then on the second row, Rod Birley in the black Ford Escort WRC. Now they accelerate towards Copse Corner for the first time, and I think it's going to be the white Holden that has the lead, or is it? No, I suspect Rod Birley of sneaking through on the inside and taking the lead. Is it the black Escort?
He's just about level with him as they come towards him here, but Sidwell actually slots just in front. Watson holds on to third place. He's ahead of the white and green BMW just behind of Ronan Bradley. A lot of them stamping on the brakes. The white Mitsubishi Evo doing well as well. Williams poking his nose down the inside in that 205 on the 47 BMW. He's now got the Holden Commodore going one way around him, and then the other BMW E36 going the other. That almost looks like a super touring car spec BMW, the number 30 machine. It's even in a sort of semi-period correct livery as well. We've got a few stragglers a bit further down the order though, sharing numbers 2, 2, 3 and 23.
Right, it's Holden from Ford Escort as they turn into Luffield to come through in a moment to complete their first lap. This is a 15-minute race, incidentally, that they have. They have two 50-minute races today. Side by side, the two leaders then as they come through Woodgood, and Rod Birley has the inside line and takes the lead. So over the line, it is the Escort shown us in front, with the Holden Commodore having to settle into second place as they turn into Copse Corner to start the second lap. It's tied for third place as well, with at the moment just in front number 101 Paul Watson with the BMW, and alongside him almost into the corner was 78 Ronan Bradley with his BMW E36.
Yeah, Bradley still holds on to fourth place, but yet Birley has taken the lead, and he's done a good job of it too. He's got a couple of car lengths over Sidwell now. You can see that Holden struggling to get the power down, really squirreling about on the exit. The number 18 Evo going well of Sutton. He's got the 47 BMW right up his exhaust pipe. The number 47 being driven by Bradley. Another Bradley as well, two of them in this race clearly. Williams holding on as well ahead of a gaggle of hatchbacks coming through here too. A really eclectic mix again. And
having taken the lead, Rod Birley at the end of the lap is beginning to ease away from the Holden in second place of Alex Sidwell, but nothing is yet resolved for third place. It's still just in front. Paul Watson in the orange and black BMW, but quicker down the straight it seems, and closing in on him as they get to Copse Corner is the number 78 car of Ronan Bradley, the BMW. And then fifth is number 45. Fifth, number 45, which is the... Oh, what's that? Scott.
Yeah, the number 45 I don't have either, unfortunately, but out of Beckett's once again, the BMW's battling for third and fourth. That's Watson and Bradley, the engineer here, having a fantastic battle. Who is it in the 45?
Class C, Martin Scott. He is actually there, the entry list. Well, perhaps he's on. He's in Class C, he's number 45. Martin Scott, BMR entrant, BMW E46 M3. Oh, as a tangle, and they're still having the fun. This is for second place. I'm sorry to laugh, I'm not describing what's going on. It's over at Brooklands, and we've got two cars doing triple salcos, or whatever you call it, because they were doing rotations on the grass, on the track, couldn't get the grip, tried to recover their composure. It's Watson and Bradley who were doing it. They both got going again. They clashed lightly as they went into Brooklands. I didn't actually see that bit, but once they got there, they then started going around and tried to straighten the car out, and they spun again. Anyway, in the end, coming through in third place, as those others were having fun, Nick Sutton nicked through in the Mitsubishi Lancer to take third place. Bradley came through fourth, and who was his sparring partner, literally? It was Bradley, wasn't it? He was
Watson and Bradley, those two having a good old fight. Now the number 47 BMW, a bit further down the order that caught me off guard, was actually listed in the entry list as number 21, Adrian Bradley for Team Legacy. He's in the later E46 M3, and I think he's just been overtaken by car 30, which is Gavin Dunn. So Gavin has got the move done.
So thank you. Which one?
That's number 47. He was down in the entry list as 21 for me.
Yes, he is. You're right. So we make him 47, do we? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Two leaders have gone through. New fastest lap to Alex Sidwell at 1 minute 1.958. Rod Birley still leads there by hardly anything as they get back to you.
Yeah, they traded purple sectors as well. Sidwell doing it in 1 and 3. They've both done purple sectors this time as well, so the pair of them absolutely on it. Birley doing a great job in that gorgeous Escort. It's a very angry looking machine, and it's like it's on a rubber band when it comes out of Beckett's. He just lets go of that rubber band and it flies down the straight. To see it pull away from an Aussie supercar like that is truly mind-blowing. Then we've got the battle with Nick Sutton leading the number 30 of Gavin Dunn, who's now looking very feisty out of Beckett's, obviously followed closely by the ex-number 21, now 47, Adrian Bradley.
Yes, and then 6th is number 45, which is Martin Scott with the BMW. So the leaders emerge from Luffield to come through and complete their 5th lap. We've got just under 10 minutes remaining, so 1/3 distance, and the gap between the two of them, 0.4 of a second. New fastest lap to Rod Birley at 1 minute 1.477, but as you say, trading purple sectors. On that lap, Birley had 1 purple, Sidwell had 2, but a slightly slower lap time.
Yeah, indeed. I think he's just holding station for now, just trying to get through the traffic and make sure that Birley doesn't open up a gap. They're stuck together as they come through Beckett's. Birley changing up a bit early there. I could hear the turbo flutter, and it looks like Sidwell might have the legs on him. No, the Holden has to go right and then left and then right again. He can't find a way through, Ian.
Right, Ronan Bradley, meanwhile, recovering from his dancing exhibition at Beckett, at Brooklands, is working his way back up to 7th place now. One to watch, number 78, Ronan Bradley, over the next few minutes. Right, the two leaders absolutely nose to tail, barely any daylight between the two of them as they come out of Brooklands, out of Luffield, I mean, through Woodcut. And again, it's going to be a tale of lapping now, I think. I wonder how often they'll lap the Ford KA or Ford car.
Yeah, the KA going well, actually. Alexander Baldwin, he's just loving life out there at the moment, isn't he?
Has the longest entrance.
It does.
The slowest lap time.
It does indeed. It's a great looking bit of kit as well. As he comes in, he's getting mugged off by them now into Beckett's. I can hear tyres squealing somewhere. I think that's the 87 Civic that they're about to overtake. Escort goes past Sierra as the number 23 gets lapped. But you were right in saying that Bradley and Watson both coming back through the order. Bradley passed Scott on the previous lap. Just trying to look out my window now for when they come to me to see if he has been overtaken by Watson as well. He has. So Watson and Bradley both still making strides back towards the front.
Right, Andy Woodstein, I noticed that we haven't seen much of with his Holden. He went into the pits. After 3 laps. Maybe Gary can bring us news of what his problem is, but certainly Andy wasn't going as well. He went well intermittently in qualifying, didn't qualify as well as he would like to have done down on the 6th row. So that other Holden Commodore, not a happy car today, it seems.
No, a car that, well, sounds like it's having problems as it leaves here is the black Scirocco that's just made its way down towards you now. I'm just going to see Steve Dan. He's underneath Dunn in the entry list. Steve Dan is having a problem with that car. It's popping and banging like mad as it leaves here. Also, not seen too much of Bassett in this race. I said he'd be one to watch, but he's got 5 seconds to the car in front of him and 5 seconds to the car behind.
Yes, he's down in 10th place. Peter Selden, number 9 BMW, just ahead of him. Right, the lead battle continues, and the progress up the order continues. Up to 3rd place now is number 47, Adrian Bradley, the renumbered, what was it, 21?
Yeah, 21 to 47.
Then we've got Nick Sutton in 4th place. In 5th place is number 30, Gavin Dunn. And in 6th place is Ronan Bradley, number 78, followed by his earliest sparring partner, dancing partner almost, number 101, Paul Watson's BMW, who started, of course, on the front row.
Yeah, and now Sidwell leads. Sidwell leads. He's got a lot of flames popping and banging from underneath that Holden, but he's now made the move, and Birley is down to 2nd place, and he's got a good few car lengths on him as well, actually.
This is almost history being made here, because Rod Birley rarely gets beaten with that car. And on this lap, having got the lead back, Alex Sidwell has done purple sectors 1 and 2.
Nick Sutton has come into the pits. Not sure if you picked that up already, but Nick Sutton has come into the pits, and car 7 has got a black and orange flag. So the battle for 3rd has died off, to be honest with you. Bradley now has a good gap over Dunn of about 2.5 seconds. But unfortunately, Nick Sutton is dropping down the order in the pit lane.
Yeah, on the screen it says black and orange flag for number 7, but I don't see a black and orange flag. Perhaps he's already responded to it. Number 7.
That's the blue Fiesta. It's just come into my sight now, actually.
It's not shown as having come into the pits. Oh, it's come into your side. Obviously it hasn't. So a new fastest lap then to Alex Sidwell at 1 minute 1.110, almost all the ones. Led Rod Birley now. He's getting away. Rod Birley is 2 seconds adrift as they completed lap 9.
I think the blue Fiesta has broken down. It's going very slowly on the Wellington straight towards you. A bit of blue smoke coming out of it. And it made a bad noise as it came past me as well, I must admit. So I think that's going to be the end of the road here for that number 7 Fiesta driven by Ian Seal. Let's hope it's not blown a seal.
Quite so. Well, it ceased to be a performing seal.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I don't think anyone will be clapping for it.
No, quite. Right, well, moving on. Alex Sidwell leads by 2 seconds from Rod Birley. In 3rd place is number 47, Adrian Bradley. In 4th place, number 13, Gavin Dunn. And then Ronan Bradley, 78, is 5th. And in 6th place is number 101, Paul Watson. And those two are separated by just a second. So they're carrying on their battle that was at one stage for 3rd place early on in the race. At the moment, it is 5th place.
Sidwell is stretching his legs now in that Holden. That thing has come into its own. It seems to be suiting these conditions better and better. Birley just can't do anything about him at the moment. The gap last time round was 3.5 seconds.
It's going up.
I'd argue it's more than that now, yeah. The battle for 3rd place is very mellow as well at the moment. We have Adrian Bradley just coming into Beckett's now in the 47 BMW, which is the E46 shape, and then the E36 shape, the number 30 car of Gavin Dunn following along now. He's got the 11 Astra ahead of him, which he's going to put a lap on. Good to see that car back out, actually, because he broke down in qualifying down here at Beckett's.
Leader through, 11 laps completed, 3.5 minutes to go. Time for 3 more laps. Rod Birley not yet. Oh, yes, he is, but he's 5 seconds behind. That's a long gap, isn't it? Going up and up and up. 5 seconds then, first to second. But he's not really in danger of being caught by the Adrian Bradley BMW, I don't think. Adrian Bradley will go through shortly.
3 to 5 working days.
I think I was just watching the Ford KA go through, and that takes time.
It does. You can see the paint peeling off it as it comes past.
Another purple sector for Alex Sidwell. He does seem to have this race under control now, with just 2 3/4 minutes to go.
We do laugh at the KA, but to be honest, when you see the KA endurance race that they do, it's fantastic racing, because similar to the Citroen C1s and the BRSCC City Car Cup that we see, you know, the slower the car, often the better the racing, because they've got more time to react to things. So I imagine the 223 KA still having fun out there at the hands of Alex Baldwin.
Yes, it looks slow because there's so many other cars around it that are so much quicker, but put it in its own environment, and it's great fun, as you say.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We've got Birley just coming into Beckett's now as Sidwell leaves. They've got the very, almost what looks like a standard number 3 BMW of Jacques Whitehead between them. That car's still got all the chrome trim and everything on it around the windows. It literally just looks like it's come straight off the road and they've whacked some stickers on it.
Perhaps it did.
Yeah, you never know. A lot of these cars are very close to just being standard as well. A lot of them are converted from road cars to race cars, pretty much all of them.
If you look at this programme long enough, you'll find everybody in it. Number 1, I've just discovered Peter Selden as number 113.
Ah.
So he was there.
Yeah.
But the numbers changed. And where is he? He's not circulating. He's down in 17th place. That's not. Oh, he's in the pits. That's why he's down in 17th place. He's normally a bit better off than that. So Alex Sidwell's gone through. 13 laps completed. His time for the lap he started plus 1 more. And Rod Birley slowed right down. He's limping through Woodcote, limping over the line. He's chosen not to go into the pits, but he's going to have to nurse it around for another lap.
Ah, yeah, Sidwell's just gone past me.
And Rod Birley is still limping down towards Copse Corner.
Now this is one of the problems that you get sometimes with cars that run quite high boost, and I mean you can tell by the amount of boost that Ford is running, by the noise it makes, the gorgeous noise it makes, I must say. But yeah, they're usually more temperamental and more prone to failure, I'm afraid. So that means that the number 47 of Adrian Bradley has gone up into second place. He's just come out of Beckett's now. Car 30 is now going to move up into third place, and I do see Rod Birley. He's actually lost ground to the other Bradley, which is, I believe, Roman Bradley.
He's going at Ford KA pace.
He is, yeah. He might actually get a lap taken off him by the KA, but yeah, he is really creeping here. I'll just listen out for it.
It sounded okay as he came past me in pit lane, so the engine's still running, but it's all very quiet. So
it's making a horrendous whining noise as it goes past me, which leads me to think gearbox maybe.
Right, well, the leader's on his last lap.
To be fair, I think the best thing for Birley now is to wait until Sidwell does come round and lap him, so he doesn't have to do another one.
But he's going to beat him to the lunch hour if he
yeah, that's true.
Stays out there.
Yeah.
The marshals want to go for lunch.
Indeed.
So Adrian Bradley gone through here in second place now. Of course, Rod Birley was still second when he limped past the start-finish line last time, but this time he isn't there. So Adrian Bradley is second. In third place is the number 30 car of Gavin Dunn, who leads Class B, and in fourth place Ronan Bradley, number 78, who's just, I think, going to hang on ahead. Well, the flag's been taken by Alex Sidwell, so he completes 15 laps and is the winner. But what's going on for fourth place, 78 and 101?
I think they may have just left my sight now. 101 still a good couple of seconds behind, maybe actually just about a second.
Yes, it's come down a bit.
Has indeed. They should be just coming into Luffield now, I think.
So Paul Watson,
it's in the orange and blue BMW,
who started on the front row after a tremendous effort in qualifying on a track that was wetter than this. And it's Bradley who gets in, so as they cross the line, the gap at the flag between Bradley and Watson, 0.985 of a second, so it continued to come down. Now, Rod Birley, I think, has pulled off. Yeah, on the CCTV, he's pulled off just before Brooklands. And the front of the car looks to be leaning at a drunken angle, as they used to say. I think there may be a problem with the right-hand front suspension.
Okay. Yeah, actually that would, to be fair, maybe the whining noise I heard when it came past could have been something rubbing on the ground or even against the wheel arch or something like that, potentially. KA still at race pace, I think, on the cool-down lap.
Does it need to cool down? It's just going at the same pace all the way. Anyway, Rod Birley, I think this is pulling off. I don't think this is going, it's certainly not going off.
Yeah.
Right, well, the win then goes to Alex Sidwell in the Holden Commodore number 88, after a great battle to begin with until the Escort wilted under the strain. In second place, number 47, Adrian Bradley, who wins Class C. Alex Sidwell wins Class A. Adrian Bradley wins Class C with his BMW number 47. In third place, number 30 wins Class B. Gavin Dunn's BMW E36. In fourth place, number 78, Ronan Bradley's BMW E36, who's second in Class B. And third in Class B, after their little bit of pirouetting together, Ronan Bradley, that is, and number 101, Paul Watson, finishing fourth and fifth places, recovering to those places when the dancing took place when they were in third and fourth places. In sixth place, we have number 45, Martin Scott's BMW E46. That's in sixth place, and he's second in Class C. And then in the tin top category, the best place finisher in seventh place overall, number 33, Chris Bassett with the Peugeot 306. Eighth overall in the invitation class, number 58, Nick Wall with his Renault Clio, and that's in the Super Saloons invitation class. In eighth place, number 58. In ninth place, number 37, Ken Angell with his BMW, who wins second in Class T1, TinTops. And in 10th place, no, sorry, he wins Class T1, Ken Angell. And then in 10th place, number 98, is Dave Charlton with the Seat Leon, who finishes second in Class T1.
Well, big and late drama in that race there, wasn't there? We've got Alex Sidwell over here. He is the race winner in. Just look at this Holden, and my word, Ooh, there's some heat coming off there. Oh, sorry, he's just having a quick chat with the circuit comms, so just bear with us 1 minute. But Rod Birley, my word, we believe it might have been a puncher actually that caused him to drop down and out of the race. He was running second, wasn't he, for such a long time. What a real shame that was. We're going to catch up with some of the drivers. We are, and this man right here, no worries, Alex Sidwell, picking up the race. He had it under control actually, didn't he, all throughout, and managed to get it on. Alex, I was just saying there, you had things under control, but they're never really truly under control, are they, on a racetrack?
No, not at all. I think one silly move and you've chucked it away really. And I say Rod kept me honest for a couple of laps there, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a battle. He seemed to be struggling. Yeah. Especially on the corners, so I thought here's my chance. So I took my chance.
What's the track like? Because obviously we've had a couple of races now. Is it bone dry?
Really good. I could really go into the first. What is that? Maggots or coppers? What's the first one?
It is, yeah. So you can really take a bit of a risk with it.
Lean on the car, lovely in there. It was really good. Yeah, I really down to fourth and lean straight on it.
And I bet you have to in this as well. It's a bit of a monster, isn't it?
It is a beast. It is a beast. We were suffering understeer this morning, but that all went away. So yeah, good to the boys. Thanks for the two chaps today. Only three of us here today to run it, and it seems to be a golden chalice. So let's hope.
You're feeling confident of race 2 later?
Let's see what happens with the weather, eh? I think
it's supposed to rain, but it hasn't really that much today, is it?
But these BMW boys are a bit handy in the wet. You know, this is a bit of an big old girl to chuck around the wet.
Well, Alex, congratulations. Well done. Alex Sidwell there, your race winner. I believe we might be heading off to a lunch break, so I might go get myself a little sandwich. See you soon.